Hey, what's up? VegasTrash here on Dick Nixon's YouTube channel, exclusively on Dick Nixon's channel. Please support the video, like it, share it, do whatever. Leave a comment if you have any questions on the techniques. Write the comments down below, and I'll have one of my staff get to you, which is myself. Okay, so the track that I'm going to be showing you is available on Track Central, and I will show you how to access that track. You're going to go to Track Central. And there you're going to hit search, and you are going to type in GWG. Okay. So GWG search. There you go. GWG tutorial. There it is. VegasTrash. What do we have? Two likes. All right. I was on my way to a freaking Blockbuster. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to go into the editor now, so I can go back and forth with the checkpoints. So the thing with Trials is it's a very easy game to just pick up and put down and say it's too hard. But what I like to do is just hammer on it for a period of years. And then, when a guest comes over to the place every couple years, I'll break out the game and say, check this out. Then I'll give them the controller. And, give them the controller, and they're like, wow, he really is good at Trials. I'll let that sit with you for a little bit. Okay, so here we go. GWG tutorial. So I'm going to run this track real quick, hopefully, so you could get an idea of the obstacles and how to run them. And then I will go back through and give few variations on how to approach them. Okay? So if you could get through this track and kind of do it with no faults, you are on your way to being a pretty decent Trials player. And decent is subjective. I mean, there are people at this game that are just insane. It's another level. But when you look at the number of gameplay hours, like, well, that makes sense. He spent 6 months playing the game, and he's better than me. How about that? Go figure, right? Time spent versus talent is always a thing, right? So, now, if this is in your game, I highly suggest picking up a shooter, running around aimlessly, and just hammering people with a gun. Or perhaps an open world may be better for you, where you can go around aimlessly and watch cutscenes and tap A and not really progress at all in the game as far as a skill set. That's a whole other topic, though. Okay, I'm getting off the freaking topic. Okay, back to being a mediocre Trials player. Let me flip into that. Okay, so I'm at about a minute here. It's going to take you probably longer than a minute to complete that, which is fine, which makes sense. If you're new to the game and you've been playing for under a month, you might want to even wait to get to the extremes. You might just get frustrated and stop the game altogether. I would get better at the easier tracks and then, and move on from there and then, come back to the extreme. But, it's normal. If you get through this track, okay, with 200 faults, it's entirely possible your next time you're at 150. I mean, you can make big jumps in this game. You just need to kind of stay on it. So anyway, all right, here we go. First one, you're going to want to focus on bouncing your bike. That's kind of the technique I want to stress in this first one. Use the momentum of your bike and the bounce to get up. Okay, now you want to approach this and hit the front wheel first and then press through. You can see how my front wheel's hitting first. So you don't even need to bunny hop off the first obstacle, all right? Press through, and that's it, okay? Here's the second one. You're kind of coming down. You want to slow down. Okay, Trials is not about speed. It's about technique, okay, and approaching obstacles in an intelligent way, which is kind of strange that I'm showing you. Anyway, so you're going to back forward and then lean back on that. Now, even better is if you bounce on your front wheel there and then you use a little bit of the momentum to carry you through. That's how I would do it. Next one, moving right along. Pause it and go back if you need to. All right, keep up. Here we go. Third one. So now, very common is, somebody doing this. You don't want to do this. Don't be this guy. Okay. Even pressing forward, you're going to do this. Okay. What? So I'm gassing it pretty hard. So you want to be smart about gassing. The big benefit of letting up on the gas is it changes the inertia of the rider, changes the momentum, which direction they're going, and it's easier to get up. You see how much easier that is? So you let your momentum take you up to there, and you lay off the gas right about here, right about there, and then back forward. accelerate through. Next obstacle. Boy, are we freaking flying or what? Yeah, buddy. All right, man, it's a rush, man. Doing these tutorials is a big rush. I've done some things in life, but this is definitely, my adrenaline's going here. Okay, guys, keep with me. Okay, so this one you could either accelerate through these like I just did there, or you can bunny hop. Sometimes you will need a bunny hop. Okay, this is going to be another one where you're looping, okay? You always want to be pressing forward through the obstacle. 9 times out of 10, attack the track, press forward through the obstacle. So it's going to be, you're going to be leaning back, and then it's a quick back forward off each one of these, right? That's it, okay? Next one. Watch the replay if you need to. Okay, you can see Extreme Tutorial on YouTube, GWG Tutorial. All right, well, you already know that, okay? So this right here is another one. Speed doesn't really help you necessarily, okay? You get to the base, and now this is the technique on this one that I want to stress, is using your brake to bring your front end up. I've done this on another video. The difference is you have a track to actually practice on now. Getting right to the base of here, and then hitting the brake, and it brings your back end right up. Now, there are 2 ways to do this. One, you can let off the gas, and then the other is just hammer on the brake. So if you hit the brake, it will bring your back end right up pretty abruptly. All right. So I would try this technique. You're not letting off the gas, like I just did, and then you see how fast and jerky it comes up. You said jerky, all right? It comes right up. Boom. There it is. Next. Okay, you're going to do a back wheel bonk on this. So the same thing. This is very common. Okay. You don't want to be too nose high on these because this is going to happen a lot to you. All right, and this is below, so it's sort of like a gauging your speed too. That's another one trial. Sometimes you need to approach it with the proper speed. So this is below. We're going to bounce, and you can see I kind of caught under there, which is perfectly fine as long as you get up the obstacle, right? So that's all good and fine. That's how you do that. Just simply work on the right angle, all right? Even the brake is coming up there. And here's another technique I want to go over. This is, you can see I'm just staying there. You see how I'm like vertical? You just stay there, and now you are holding down the gas. You're holding down, get up on your nose, hold down the gas, and then tap the brake. And this brings your back end up like this. So when you get to the top of an obstacle like this, say you're midway, it carries your back end up. I've covered this in another video, but I'm covering it again. It is pretty important. So here's a nice simple broken obstacle. This, we're going to do nothing in between. Okay. Sometimes the best input is no input in this game. All right. So that's what I want you to take from this obstacle. You're going to accelerate through, and I'm doing nothing in between here, right? My hands they could be off the joystick entirely. So it's just pressing through, and then as you get on this next thing, ramp, you're going to feather the gas. So you're pressing forward. This is another one. I would just try to sit here. Try to sit here for 15, 20 seconds. All right? This is called good bike control, throttle control. You're pressing forward and you're tapping the gas, which is known as fapping. Nope, not fapping. It's feathering. Okay? Feathering. I had the wrong thing written down. Okay. So that's another good one. All right. So now we're on 8. Now this you could do a couple different ways. That's the thing in trials. You could do a lot of different techniques, use multiple techniques to get over the same obstacles. So here are 2 ways to approach this obstacle. The faster one, a more extreme one, is this right here. Coming into it quick, back wheel, and over. Okay, you use the momentum. So I would try that first. That's a little tricky. You're probably more common is sitting. Just like, here we go, same back to the feather. You want to get good control over your bike in this game, okay? So, you're going to feather it and then come up and brake. That's it. So you're first going to get on here. Usually land back tire first, and then it's a back forward, right? And now as you come up the ramp, let your front wheel come up, as I just did, and then you're going to hit your brake. Instead of like coming in here, you don't want to do that. Like watch, I'll come in here. That's not going to work, right? So you actually want your front end to come up. This is a little more advanced. Okay, you're gonna wait, front end coming up, and then just hold your brake, and it brings it right around. Next, okay, this one you need to kind of catch this to get over there. So this is kind of like a broken platform kind of thing, all right? So you're going to go back, forward, and then, let's see, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward again. So you need to think about hitting that platform there. It's tricky too. And then another one too is when you're on a platform, to get better traction, okay, I'm on it now, a little bit different, you just let off the thumbstick entirely, okay, which is kind of strange. But what this does is it prevents you from leaning and it gives you more traction on the ramp. So back, forward, now I'm not leaning at all. I just took my hand off. So after you get on it, you kind of take off, and almost no input, and then a forward. Almost no input on the left stick, and then a forward. This gives you better traction on that ramp. Okay, last one, 10. You can see that nice little animation corner. That's pure gold. This is simply flipping. I've covered this in a video as well. This is very common to flip up. It's called a tire grab. This has been around forever. Okay, so you're just gonna hit the brake, initiate the bike to come around. It's easier. Now here's with no brake. Here's no brake. Okay, no brake at all. No brake. It's not that easy. So as soon as you come off that ramp, you want to hit the brake and hold it, and it will press forward, and it will bring your bike right around like that. One more time. And through. There you go. That's it. So there are 10 essential common obstacles, extreme obstacles in Trials Fusion. I'm going to run it one more time. Okay, get your cameras out. Do it one more time for you. So this is a little advanced technique right there. Also do. I just... So even though you know the techniques too, it takes a little bit, I don't know, a couple months maybe? Get the techniques down, maybe longer. I mean, if you look at some of the gameplay, amount of time of gameplay some of the people have in this, it's scary. I mean, you think, what else could they have done in life? Probably nothing. So I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know how much gameplay I have, but it's frightening. You know, it's one of those things. It's a labor of love, you know. We like playing video games. You know, it's changing the world? No. But you enjoy it, you know. It's really fapping. One of those deals. There we go. Oh my god, look at that, 43 seconds. Oh my god. I need to get that medal, put it on my wall. And then tell people, and then when people come over, they could ask me about the medal and I could go into the thing. All right, dad joke. I'm not a dad, but it's a dad joke. Okay, so once again, this is how you get to the track. Okay? Track Central. Hit search. Okay, you're going to enter that box there. GWG. And you could go space tutorial, but GWG should bring it up. Search. There you go. Oh boy, that's epic. Okay, so anyway, thanks for tuning in. And if you liked the video, share it, put it in a playlist. Comment below that you liked it, didn't like it, something you'd like to see in the future. All right, you can subscribe, but you know, it's probably not going to do anything for you in life. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and ride hard. VegasTrash.